Hey there, this is Carlos Alberto, the thinker. Thanks for being here, in this space where thinking isn't a waste of time, it's getting it back. Where thinking isn't just having ideas, thinking is choosing, thinking is figuring things out, thinking is saying yes to this, no to that. Thinking is protecting yourself. Before we start, I invite you to subscribe and join this community that grows with you, with your presence, with your search, with your deep desire to understand the world and to understand yourself. Today we're going to talk about something really important, something that decides how we live, what we feel, what we choose, and even how much freedom we think we have. Today we're going to talk about the cost of not thinking and how, without even realizing it, we might be giving away our freedom, minute by minute. Take a breath, get comfy. Let's think together. There's an uncomfortable truth that runs through every historical period. When a person doesn't think for themselves, there will always be someone ready to think for them. It doesn't matter if it's a political leader, an influencer, a company, an algorithm, or a whole culture. When you give up thinking, you give up power. Because thinking isn't just having ideas. Thinking is choosing. Thinking is figuring things out. Thinking is saying yes to this, no to that. Thinking is protecting yourself. When we stop thinking, we lose that inner defense. And someone else, always someone else, takes that empty spot. Nobody loses their freedom all at once. Freedom doesn't disappear with a shout. It disappears quietly. It's lost when we stop asking ourselves questions, when we accept what we're told without questioning it, when we live on autopilot, when we just go with the flow of the day without asking where it's going. Freedom is lost drop by drop, when we deny what we feel, when we repeat what we hear, when we do what everyone else does just because it's normal. Freedom crumbles, not from one big fall, but from small everyday surrenders. We live surrounded by things designed not to make us think, but to make us react. And reaction is the opposite of thinking. Reacting is automatic, thinking is choosing. Today, many people live without realizing it in a state of mind like being half asleep, moving between screens, duties, notifications, and routines with no inner space to just stop. But when we don't stop our minds stop being ours, because autopilot doesn't think, it repeats. And what it repeats isn't its own, it's what others put in us. I want to tell you a story. It's not amazing. And that's exactly why it's so important. Robert is 30 years old. He works well, he's responsible, he pays his bills, he does everything society expects of him. But one day, coming home from work, he had a strange feeling. He realized he couldn't remember anything important from the last 2 weeks. He had done everything he was supposed to do, but he hadn't been present in his own life. That night, while they were eating dinner, his wife said to him, "You feel far away, like you're not even here." Robert looked at her and realized she was right. He wasn't there. He was doing things, answering, fulfilling duties, but he wasn't present. And then he felt it. His life had filled up with actions without thought, automatic decisions, automatic responses, automatic routines. That was his breaking point. He didn't cry, he didn't scream, he didn't do anything heroic. He just said softly, "I need to get back to myself." And that was his first act of freedom in a long time. The modern world doesn't control us by forcing us. It controls us by distracting us. There's no need to forbid, censor, or punish. Just overwhelm. It's enough to offer 1,000 shallow options to keep us from choosing a deep one. It's enough to keep us busy to stop us from thinking. It's enough to make us feel informed so we stop looking for the truth. It's enough to fill us with urgent things so we don't have time to question anything. Gentle manipulation works like this. It convinces you that everything is fine, while slowly putting you to sleep. And when you wake up, you no longer know what you wanted. You no longer know what you thought. You no longer know what you chose, because someone else decided it for you. Thinking isn't just gathering information. Thinking is putting things together. Thinking is organizing. Thinking is figuring things out. Thinking is asking yourself, is this true for me? Does this match how I feel? Is this in line with my values? Is this taking me where I want to go? Thinking is the most personal act of freedom. When you think, you get your center back. You get your compass back. You get your path back. Thinking is a deeply spiritual act. It's a return to yourself. What do we lose when we don't think? We lose independence. We lose clarity. We lose inner strength. We lose who we are. And most of all, we lose freedom. Not thinking comes with a high cost, a very high cost. Because when we don't think, we live by other people's thoughts. Ideas passed down. Beliefs forced upon us. Routines we didn't choose. Borrowed opinions. Paths others laid out for us. The price of not thinking is living a life that isn't ours. The good news is this: it's never too late to start thinking again. Thinking isn't a talent, it's a habit, an exercise, a spiritual training. To think is to stop, breathe, listen to yourself, gently question, doubt with grace. Look at the world with your own eyes. Thinking is building an inner space where no one else has access. A sacred place where only you decide who comes in and who doesn't. That inner space is true freedom. Let's look at 3 exercises to get back your inner freedom. 1. The mindful pause. Stop for a minute, breathe, notice what you feel. A minute is enough to break autopilot. 2. The honest question. Ask yourself every day, is what I'm doing mine, or is it a habit I picked up? 3. The deliberate choice. Choose one thing each day that is truly yours. A thought, an action, a decision. These are small steps that can lead to big recoveries. If this message clicked with you, then you've already started thinking. And that's the first act of freedom. Think about your life. Think about what you want. Think about what you feel. Think about who you were and who you want to be. Freedom begins with a thought. If you feel this video can help someone else, I invite you to like it and share it. Your comments and subscriptions help this community grow. A community of people who choose to think, who choose to wake up. Thanks for joining me. Thanks for your time, for being here, and for being open. I'm the thinker, and it's an honor to spend these minutes with you. Before I go, let me tell you something. Freedom isn't lost by visible chains. Freedom is lost when we stop thinking, and is found again when we return to ourselves. Subscribe, comment, and share if this message touched you in any way. Your support makes this space possible. See you in the next video, and until then, think, because in that thought, your freedom begins.